Taking a look at the trading week beginning October 27th. It's the end of the month and it's central bank week next week. The FOMC is expected to lower rates by 25 basis points, but the Bank of Canada, the Bank of Japan, and the ECB are expected to leave rates unchanged. Watch for strong statements in one direction or the other and surprises, especially from the BOJ. Also watch President Donald Trump next week as he canceled the planned summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin that was set for next week, saying the timing didn't feel right and that negotiations over Ukraine had stalled with no progress being made. That's a quote. We know with President Trump that could change. President Trump is scheduled to meet with President Xi Jinping of China on October 30th during the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in South Korea. This will be their first face-to-face meeting since President Trump started his second term. Another factor that's related but slightly different, President Trump canceled all trade negotiations with Canada, and we want to keep an eye on that to see if they resume. Now, looking ahead, this is a big earnings week as well, with 608 companies with market caps over $1 billion reporting, including 5 $1 trillion plus companies. A lot of these companies are critical to the direction of the indices next week. Here's a short list of some of the most significant releases. We get Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, Meta. Those are the trillion-dollar companies, but also Eli Lilly, AbbVie, United Health, Visa, MasterCard, ExxonMobil, Chevron, Caterpillar, Merck, Gilead Sciences, Comcast, Boeing, Anheuser-Busch, Starbucks, and many, many more. Data next week, Monday, German business climate data, U.S. durable goods and new home sales are scheduled, but we don't know if they will be released yet. And we also have a 2-year note auction and a 5-year note auction on the same day. Tuesday, we get Japanese CPI. We get the Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index in the U.S., which is expected to be released. And we also get a 7-year note auction in the U.S. Wednesday, we get a Bank of Canada rate decision, the FOMC rate decision, and Wednesday evening, we get the Bank of Japan rate decision. Thursday, the preliminary third quarter GDP report in the U.S. is scheduled, but we don't know if it's going to be released yet. And we will get an ECB rate decision. And then that evening, Chinese manufacturing PMI. And then Friday, Eurozone CPI, Canadian GDP, and Chicago PMI data. PCE price data is scheduled in the U.S., but again, it's unlikely to be released unless the government shutdown ends.